My top three Chicago neighborhoods are Lakeview, Roscoe Village, North Center, and Lincoln Park. Let's talk about Lakeview. Lakeview is a lively neighborhood located on the city's north side and is bordered by Lake Michigan on the east. Its culturally diverse neighborhood is comprised of vibrant shops, restaurants, commercial strips, and home to Wrigley Field and the Chicago Cubs. It's important to know that Lakeview is made up of four distinct areas, including Wrigleyville, Lakeview East, Southport Corridor, and North Halsted, formerly known as Boys Town. Let's break these down. Chicago is one of the few cities in the US that has a baseball stadium right in the middle of an urban neighborhood. Wrigleyville is full of energy, especially during the baseball season. It boasts tons of restaurants, lively bars like Murphy's, the Cubby Bear, and Sluggers, and new spots like Big Star and Mordecai's. Recently, the area directly surrounding Wrigley Field has been redeveloped and turned into an entertainment destination. Gallagher Way was built as a gathering area and recreation spot offering fitness classes, community events, concert, and pre-game activities. During the holidays, it offers the Chris Kindle Market and Winterland featuring rides, ice skating, and more. From a real estate perspective, vintage lovers will find a mix of 2 to 3 unit Greystone condo buildings. You'll also find 2 to 3 unit condo buildings built during the construction boom between the late 90s and early 2000s, and new construction condos sprinkled in with some single family homes. The Southport Corridor. If you love shopping and good restaurants, the Southport Corridor is for you. This stretch of Southport between Belmont and Addison used to be peppered with small businesses and casual restaurants, but in the last decade has been transformed into a shopping mecca, including Lululemon, Sephora, J.Crew, Abercrombie, and higher-end boutiques and restaurants. From a real estate perspective, you'll find an array of multi-million-dollar single-family homes, which include newer construction and older Greystone two-flats that have been converted. For condos, you'll find vintage to new construction, 2 to 4 unit buildings, and these homes are all situated on tree-lined streets with great walkability and ease of being steps from the Southport Brown Line stop. Lakeview East and North Halsted. If you enjoy the lakefront but also want a high walkability factor, these neighborhoods might be for you. Located on the east side of Lakeview, closer to the lake and Lakeshore Drive, people who live here enjoy easy access to the lakefront path to walk their pups, go running, rollerblading, biking, or even renting an electric scooter. After exercising on the lakefront, you can hit up Broadway for all its ethnic restaurants, outdoor patios, mom and pop shops, and smaller businesses often proudly waving rainbow flags. From a real estate perspective, these neighborhoods have a lot of bigger apartment buildings and high-rises with lake views, mixed with some smaller vintage and newer construction condo buildings. Some Lakeview elementary schools to note are Blaine, which is rated an A by Niche.com and rated number 8 in CPS by US News and World Report, Burley, which is rated an A- by Niche.com and number 9 by US News, Nettlehorst, rated an A- by Niche.com and number 20 in CPS by US News, and Hamilton, rated a B+ by Niche.com and number 15 in CPS by US News. My point of view. Wrigleyville is great for Cubs fans and who would find game days to be exciting and not annoying because of the traffic. The biggest perk is the free summer concerts that you can hear on your decks from Wrigley Field. Lakeview East and North Halsted are great options for those who prefer a hole-in-the-wall sushi joint over a fancy valet restaurant, who love lake life and like a more urban feel but don't want to give up the green. If you're looking for a unique, relaxing experience, visit Cuddle Bunny on Clark to do yoga and arts and crafts while hanging out with bunnies. Southport Corridor, my personal favorite. Having lived there for 5 years, I love the walkability, the tree-lined streets, the high-end vibe, and the yummy high-end restaurants, including my favorite, Cote de Volpe. And when I need access to retail therapy, Southport is my first stop. My favorite spots in Lakeview are Brunch at Uncommon Ground, Gallagher Way for an outdoor movie in the summer, Cote de Volpe for great Italian food, and Tanaki Sushi on Sheffield. Roscoe Village, North Center. I'm going to group these two neighborhoods together because I consider them to be sister neighborhoods that seamlessly blend together and tend to appeal to the same buyers. As a resident of Roscoe myself, I can say that this neighborhood is an absolute gem. The best way to describe Roscoe Village and North Center is like a suburb in the city. Being a smaller, more quaint, and quiet neighborhood, Roscoe Village and North Center are tucked away west of Lakeview and north of Bucktown and Logan Square, but close enough to the expressway, making it convenient for those who drive to work in the city or suburbs. Roscoe Avenue is the commercial area filled with mom and pop restaurants, shops, vintage stores, and adorable little boutiques and restaurants. These neighborhoods are dog friendly, so grab your pup and head into one of the many dive bars and outdoor patios that allow dogs. During the summer, these neighborhoods host multiple street fests with live music, great food, and vendors. Roscoe Village is also home to Hamlin Park, a 9-acre park with an outdoor swimming pool, multiple baseball fields, and tennis and pickleball courts, a fitness center, 2 gyms, a dog park, and more. If you're struggling with not wanting to leave the city for the suburbs, but crave a little more of a community vibe, Roscoe Village and North Center might be for you. Some of the elementary schools to note in Roscoe Village and North Center are Audubon, which niche.com rates an overall B+, and number 25 in CPS by US News and World Report. Jan, which niche.com rates an overall B, and Alexander Graham Bell, otherwise known as Bell, which rates an A- on niche.com and is 11 by US News. Some of my favorite spots in Roscoe and North Center are Same Same, a delicious Thai restaurant that I frequent at least once a week, Bolo Wine Bar, which is my absolute favorite outdoor patio in the entire city, and Cinnamon Boutique, where I go for retail therapy when I close on a big home sale. And when I sell your home, I'll take you there. From a real estate perspective, Roscoe and North Center are mainly comprised of well-maintained single-family homes sprinkled in with vintage and newer condos. Many buyers turn to Roscoe Village and North Center if they want a single-family home and are simply priced out of Lakeview or Lincoln Park. They also turn to Roscoe if they're looking for more of that community feel and small town feel. My opinion, I am Roscoe Village and North Center's biggest fan. I love the tight-knit community and that I could walk down the street and see 10 people I know. My 2 little girls go to Audubon Elementary, which we absolutely adore. I would just warn buyers that need to take the train to work that it could be a little bit of a walk. Now let's talk about Lincoln Park. Lincoln Park is a charming neighborhood on Chicago's north side, located just steps from Lake Michigan. Lincoln Park is home to one of the country's oldest free zoos, one of Chicago's most popular beaches, and a private university, and so much more. This vibrant community combines an upscale living with a warm, welcoming atmosphere. The different areas of Lincoln Park are DePaul, Old Town Triangle, East Lincoln Park, and the Clybourne Corridor. Some of the highlights of Lincoln Park include the green spaces, from the expansive Lincoln Park itself to cozy neighborhood parks. There's always somewhere to relax and enjoy nature right in the heart of the city. Located within the actual park of Lincoln Park, you'll find the Lincoln Park Zoo, which is free to the public and includes dozens of walking paths, and home to the Peggy Nature Museum, the Chicago History Museum, and the Lincoln Park Conservatory. North Avenue Beach is one of the most popular beaches in the city, offering restaurants, volleyball courts, kayaks, jet skiing, stand-up paddleboarding, and water sport rentals. The world-famous Lakefront Path is perfect for a relaxing stroll, bike ride, or run. While you're out on the Lakefront Path, don't miss the famous Chess Pavilion, an open-air structure where you can enjoy a game of chess with strangers or friends. BYO chess pieces. Restaurants and nightlife. When the sun goes down, Lincoln Park truly comes alive. The buzzing nightlife scene offers something for everyone, whether you're in the mood for live music, a Michelin star restaurant, or just a cozy spot to catch up with friends. If you're looking for a laugh, catch a show at Second City, one of the oldest improv clubs with a long list of famous students, including Bill Murray and Steve Carell. For music buffs, head over to Kingston Mines, the oldest continuously operating blues club. And my favorite spots are Galit, Avli, Pequod's, and Chicago Pizza and Oven Grinders. Also noteworthy are the First Potbelly, the Wiener Circle, and the Athenian Room. Some schools in Lincoln Park to note are Lincoln Elementary, which niche.com rates an overall A- and is rated number 4 in CPS by US News and World Report. Alcott, which Niche.com rates an overall B+, and number 32 in CPS by US News. Oscar Mayer Magnet, which Niche.com rates an overall A-, number 13 in CPS by US News. LaSalle Language, which Niche.com rates an A- and number 7 in CPS by US News. Prescott, rated a B- by Niche.com. And Lincoln Park High School, rated an A by Niche.com. Some of the most sought-after private schools in the city are located in Lincoln Park, such as the British School, Francis Parker, and Latin, located just a hair outside Lincoln Park. From a real estate perspective, you'll see some of the most charming brownstones and graystones, vintage row homes, multi-million-dollar single-family homes ranging from $1 million to $13 million, and affordable apartments for students. My opinion, what is there not to love about Lincoln Park? It literally has something for everyone. I'll take the anxiety of parking in East Lincoln Park for the trade-off of the cobblestone streets and alleys any day. If you're looking to purchase a home in any of these neighborhoods or any neighborhood in Chicago, I would love to help you out. Lincoln Square. This hidden gem is on the north side of Chicago, just minutes away from Andersonville, Uptown, and Lakeview. The quaint square feels like a charming European town with walkable streets, inviting parks, and summerfests. Lincoln Square was once home to many German farmers, and the German influence is reflected today in its restaurants, shops, and cultural events. Some things to do in Lincoln Square. The actual square itself offers a number of shops and restaurants, perfect for a day stroll or a night out. Lincoln Square is home to Winnemac Park, a sprawling 40-acre park containing Amundsen High School, Chappelle Elementary, multiple baseball fields, a soccer field, playground, swimming pool, natural plants, and more. Wellis Park is another summer hotspot, offering a community center, gazebo, playground, tennis courts, and more. When it comes to food, Lincoln Square does not disappoint. You can find everything from classic diners to trendy cafes and a heavy German influence with many restaurants offering German food and drinks. Also, the Lincoln Square Farmers Market is located in the square and hosts over 50 vendors offering a variety of produce and artisanal goodies. Lincoln Square is also home to the historic Davis Theater and Old Town School of Folk Music. Other annual events include Apple Fest, Square Roots Festival, Wine Stroll, the Ravens 5K, Mayfest, and the German American Fest. Some schools to note in Lincoln Square are Waters Elementary, rated an A- by Niche.com and rated 16 in CPS by US News and World Report. Woodlawn is rated a B by Niche.com and number 65 by US News. And Amundsen rated an A- and number 30 in CPS by US News. From a real estate perspective, Lincoln Square has some of the most lovely tree-lined streets and generally has wider lots, which buyers love. There's a mix of vintage and newer construction condos and larger single-family homes. Those of you searching for a suburb-size home in the city, you might want to check out Lincoln Square. These are just some of the neighborhoods that I like to talk about. If you want to learn more about the Chicago neighborhoods, like, comment, or subscribe. You can also reach out to me on email, text, or give me a ring.